The city wakes up indifferent. But for one man, the morning rush hour is a camouflage net woven with a million faces. This is Kong. He moves through the train station, a ghost in a sea of commuters, but he can feel the eyes on him. Unseen cameras, silent watchers. Every step is a calculated risk. The station's facial recognition network scans the crowd, a digital dragnet sweeping for its target. A flicker on a monitor, a momentary lag, a turn of the head Kong slips through. A data anomaly, a face that refuses to be cataloged. Miles away, in a room bathed in the blue light of monitors, Lin watches the city's digital nervous system. She sees the perimeter controls tightening, the virtual walls closing in. The government has issued a classified directive, a nationwide manhunt. The targets are nameless, faceless, branded only as foreign-backed traitors. The media echoes the state's narrative, painting shadows on the wall for the public to fear. The manipulation has begun. Back in the concrete jungle, Kong sheds another skin. A new set of clothes, a different gait, a temporary face. The old identity, the documents, the life he wore for a day, all turn to ash in a rusted bin. He is a phantom, constantly remaking himself. But even phantoms can be cornered. As the net tightens, Lin makes her move. She plunges her digital fingers into the city's infrastructure, finding the seams in its power grid. She creates chaos, brief rolling blackouts that swallow entire sectors for mere seconds. In the sudden darkness, Kong moves. He crosses a restricted sector, a human shadow using an electronic one. A patrol car screeches past, its headlights cutting the black, missing him by inches. The near miss is a stark reminder of the stakes. All across the city, tactical teams coordinate with chilling efficiency, their movements silent, their purpose singular, to capture him. The city has become a chessboard, and he is the king with nowhere left to hide. The pressure triggers a memory. A flashback to a training simulation years ago. It's a scenario. Evasion under full national pursuit. The instructor's voice, calm and severe, outlining the doctrine for survival when your own country turns against you. Now in the present, it's not a drill. Kong executes every lesson, every maneuver, every piece of hard-won knowledge flawlessly. This is the final exam. Lin, meanwhile, digs deeper. She uncovers a ghost in the machine. Someone is feeding the authorities information, but it's incomplete, carefully curated, a controlled betrayal. She traces the source and finds a name she knows. Ghost. This isn't about capturing Kong. It's about something else. What is Ghost's endgame? It's not destruction. It's destabilization. It's not trying to tear the system down. On the streets, Kong spots a familiar face among the pursuers. An operative he once trusted, a former ally. Their eyes meet for a fraction of a second across a crowded plaza. There's recognition, a flicker of a shared past, but no acknowledgement. The message is clear. We are on opposite sides now. The briefest hesitation is all Kong needs. He dives into the city's underbelly, into the dark and forgotten service tunnels. The margin for error was non-existent, but he made it. Above ground, the tactical team hesitates at the tunnel entrance. There's a conflict in their orders. Do they follow, or do they hold? Lin, listening in on their encrypted comms, confirms it. Divided authority. The chain of command is fracturing. Another memory surfaces, a warning from Ghost. Institutions always fracture under pressure. Now, Kang and Lin are watching that fracture happen in real time. Kang finds a temporary refuge. It's not a safe house, not a pre-planned asset. It's just a place to disappear, a room in a building full of strangers, a moment of anonymity. While he catches his breath, Lin goes on the offensive. She manipulates surveillance logs, rerouting blame, creating a digital scapegoat. The pursuit is redirected, sent on a wild goose chase across the city. Ghost, watching from the shadows, sees the state's reaction and makes his next move. He releases another controlled leak, this one more potent, more political. It forces an escalation. An emergency council is convened. The leak turns them against each other. Accusations fly. Arrest orders multiply as different agencies and departments begin to overlap, their jurisdictions becoming a tangled mess of paranoia and ambition. Kong understands his new reality. To stay static is to be captured. He must keep moving, always moving. He has to become a perpetual motion machine. Lin, preparing for the long game, initiates the protocols for a digital death. She begins erasing herself from every database, every server, every system she can access. She will become a ghost, too. For Kang, the process is more visceral. He has to destroy his own biometric traces. It's a painful, brutal necessity, burning off fingerprints, altering the very markers that make him who he is. The cost of survival is a piece of himself. The chaos Lin and Ghost have sown bears fruit. The tactical team acting on bad intel raids the wrong location. The blunder is public, and it's embarrassing. For the first time, a seed of doubt enters the public discourse. The media narrative, once a solid wall of certainty, begins to show cracks. Ghost observes the patterns, the state's reactions, its predictable moves and its surprising ones. He adjusts his strategy accordingly. A grand master playing a game only he fully understands. Lin notices something else. Ghost isn't purely chaotic. He's protecting certain assets, certain people within the system, steering the chaos away from them. There is a design here, a purpose beyond simple anarchy. Under the cover of a moonless night, Kong reaches the border. He crosses unofficially, a silent passage through a forgotten trail. No stamps, no cameras, no record. He simply ceases to exist in one country and appears in another. The border surveillance system flags an anomaly, a sensor trip with no corresponding visual, but it's too late. He's already gone. Lin makes her final move. She cuts her last remaining ties, her final access points to her home country's networks. She exiles herself digitally, becoming untraceable. A moment later, an encrypted message arrives. Single character. Acknowledgement from Ghost. He is neither ally nor enemy, just a force of nature in this new world. Kong stands on a rooftop, looking out at the skyline of a foreign city. The air is different. The language is different. He is a stranger in a strange land. The authorities back home declare Phase 2 of the manhunt, expanding its scope internationally. But Kong knows the truth. He is no longer running from a government. He's running from a system, a global network of power and control. The hunt has just begun.